Hello shareholders. Now there's a competition in this week's newsletter to win Peltor hearing protection worth £360. To find out about that, stay tuned. First up, this week's show, Fieldsports Britain, is all about elk hunting with aim point. It's a pretty remarkable film, and here's David to talk about it.
So hopefully by the blaze orange baseball cap, you'll be able to tell that I've been filming in Europe for the past couple of weeks. The big trip, the one that's on this week's show, is moose hunting in northern Sweden, which was amazing. It was sponsored by Peltor, and can I just point out the elasticated element over the ear, which allows for better contact. Quite cool, actually. It was also sponsored by Aimpoint, multiple baseball caps worn. It was brilliant. It was absolutely fantastic. Tim was the presenter.
Welcome to Sweden!
Did a great job. He has come on so much. I mean, I don't know if you watched our 10-year anniversary show a few weeks back, but from the man with his Land Rover to where he is now is just different people. But the enthusiasm he emits is just brilliant and great for me. But he was exceptional at explaining the whole role of the aim point, and actually I hadn't understood it before. I thought you follow the dot. You don't follow the dot. But anyway, that is explained in the show this week. Jason was on hand as the second cameraman. He followed a Danish hunter, Jens, who is a very experienced moose hunter, whereas Tim, first time. So to get that sort of contrast with him working on one part of the ground and Tim working on the other part of the ground was really cool. And plus we had a helicopter. It was excellent. I've never used a helicopter for hunting. Even when we went to New Zealand, I gave the GoPro to another guy to wear it. So this is the first time we've been in a helicopter and experienced being dropped in the middle of nowhere and then hunting our way through and then being extracted later on in the day. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the film. It was, well, it's a beast. It's 30 minutes long, but I hope it flies by because I enjoyed the filming and I love the editing of it. And it's just so great to be able to hunt an animal you are so unfamiliar with. And learn about, because that's what I love doing about this job, is that I learn all the time, and I hope the people that we go with, the Jasons and the Tims of this world, learn too.
Stunning. And off the back of it, we are offering £360 worth of Peltor hearing protection to you guys, to the shareholders. And here's what you need to do. Just write Peltor in the description below and we will make the draw very soon, maybe even before tomorrow night's show. So I can announce the winner in next week's show. The word is Peltor. Now I am standing in windy old northwest Sutherland, where we're entertaining advertisers this week, and one of them is the owner of Shooter King Clothing, He Li, a Chinese guy out for his first deer stalking experience. You know, my obsession with China. He has a wonderful day stalking, and this is what he says afterwards.
我们追鹿的时候呢
Of course, we'll be making that film for our Chinese channel on Youku, the Chinese version of YouTube. I've also been to visit a lion tamer this week, more on that in a future show, and I've been to Liverpool. Well, just off to the launch of Boaty McBoatface with the viewer, for reasons which will become more apparent when we bring the piece out. I stayed in this hotel last night, the Adelphi. It was one of the grandest hotels, I've got to tell you, in Liverpool back in the 1940s and 50s and 60s. It's pretty seedy now, but it's wonderful faded glamour, and £38 a night. Another reason to be in Liverpool is to attend the launch of the British Shooting Show Liverpool, which will take place in September 2020. Lots of us from the UK gun trade made the journey to hear how the show will go. We were the only media there. Here's organiser John Allison on what he's planning.
The British Shooting Show, as you and I both know, it's really established quite well now, but I think there was always somewhere that we needed to fill a gap. Liverpool has filled that gap later in the season, being September, for all of the manufacturers to promote their products. What's new, but what have we now given them? A platform for when they've released them.
So this is basically your start of year show is saying this is what we've got coming up this year.
Absolutely.
This show is here, we actually have it, you can buy it.
That's right. General public can come in, they can see the manufacturer can say to them, this is what we've been talking about back at the British Shooting Show in February, and here you go, now you can purchase it.
And now you've introduced the trade to this idea today. How do you think it went?
Very pleased. With people leaving today and say, we are committed. So based on that, the day's been absolutely wonderful.
As a punter coming to this, as audience coming to this, what does Liverpool offer?
I think Liverpool is amazing in as much as our other show is a purpose exhibition centre. This is in the centre of town. It's very vibrant. I think this is a weekend away. They can come and do the shooting show and then they can go off and, forgive me for saying it, maybe try and visit the Beatles.
Finally, lots of the new YouTube members and Patreon supporters among you have sent me your address for a special Fieldsports channel goodie box, and you're already receiving them thanks to David Bindley for this picture of him sporting his new beanie. If you haven't received one yet, send me your address to charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv, and I will see you next week.